The U.S. Congress, a bicameral legislature made up of the Senate and the House of Representatives, makes federal law, declares war, approves treaties, has the power of the purse, 227, and has the power of impeachment. 228. The Senate has 100 members, 2 from each state, elected for a 6-year term. The House of Representatives has 435 members, each elected for a 2-year term. All representatives serve one congressional district of equivalent population. Congressional districts are drawn by each state legislature and are contiguous within the state. 229. The Congress also organizes a collection of committees, each of which handles a specific task or duty. One of Congress's foremost non-legislative functions is the power to investigate and oversee the executive branch. 230. Congressional oversight is usually delegated to committees and is facilitated by Congress's subpoena power. 231. The U.S. President is the head of state, commander-in-chief of the military, chief executive of the federal government, and has the ability to veto legislative bills from the U.S. Congress before they become law. However, presidential vetoes can be overridden by a 2/3 supermajority vote in both chambers of Congress. The president appoints the members of the cabinet, subject to Senate approval, and names other officials who administer and enforce federal laws through their respective agencies. 232. The president also has clemency power for federal crimes and can issue pardons. Finally, the president has the right to issue expansive executive orders, subject to judicial review, in a number of policy areas. Candidates for president campaign with a vice presidential running mate. Both candidates are elected together or defeated together in a presidential election. Unlike other votes in American politics, this is technically an indirect election in which the winner will be determined by the U.S. Electoral College. There, votes are officially cast by individual electors selected by their state legislature. 233. In practice, however, each of the 50 states chooses a group of presidential electors who are required to confirm the winner of their state's popular vote. Each state is allocated 2 electors plus 1 additional elector for each congressional district, which in effect combines to equal the number of elected officials that state sends to Congress. The District of Columbia, with no representatives or senators, is allocated 3 electoral votes. Both the president and the vice president serve a 4-year term, and the president may be reelected to the office only once, for 1 additional 4-year term. P. The U.S. federal judiciary, whose judges are all appointed for life by the president with Senate approval, consists primarily of the U.S. Supreme Court, the U.S. Courts of Appeals, and the U.S. District Courts. The U.S. Supreme Court interprets laws and overturns those they find unconstitutional. 234. The Supreme Court has 9 members led by the Chief Justice of the United States. The members are appointed by the sitting president when a vacancy becomes available. 235. The first level in the federal courts is federal district court for any case under original jurisdiction, such as federal statutes, the Constitution, or treaties. There are 12 federal circuits that divide the country into different regions for federal appeals courts. After a federal district court has decided a case, it can then be appealed to a United States Court of Appeal. The next and highest court in the system is the Supreme Court of the United States. 234. The 3-branch system is known as the presidential system, in contrast to the parliamentary system, where the executive is part of the legislative body. Many countries around the world imitated this aspect of the 1789 Constitution of the United States, especially in the Americas.